Hey, coaches! Thank you so much for joining us for today's coaching call. This is your host, Andrika J. Austin. I also go by Coach AJ for short. I am founder of thebossof.me, where I love helping coaches confidently convert conversations to clients, cash, checks, and credit cards. Again, thebossof.me is where I live online. I'm so excited about our coaching call topic, which is a part of the 15 must-have aspects of running a successful coaching business. So if you're a coach and you're looking to incorporate something new in your business, maybe you have not achieved all of these 15, then you are in for a treat. Shout out to Facebook Live. Hey, Tangi. Hey, Pixie Lee. Thank you guys for joining, hopping on right away. Shouts out to our conference line attending with us live. Hey, listen, we have a live fastcoachtraining.com personal life coach certification training with yours truly coming up live in Atlanta very soon. You or someone you know can head over to fastcoachtraining.com to get more information and come out and join us. And by the way, if you're already one of our certified life coaches, you know that you can earn up to $50 for just sending one person to the training with me. So again, you or someone you know, head over to fastcoachtraining.com, and I would love to see you and or them in class soon. All right, guys, so we're about to dive into 15 tips that's going to help you take your coaching business to the next level. And of course, I am going to share a resource with you that I know will help you incorporate tip number 5 in your business starting today. So make sure you stay tuned to the end. What I'm going to do is breeze through these 15, and then we're going to focus on maybe the top 5 or 6 that I have incorporated in my business that I know will help you right away. So the first one is, of course, branding. Again, that's branding. And as you know, if you've been listening to these coaching calls, I have shared one of our past calls not too long ago about what branding is and some of the things we will recap on tonight as we go through this list of 15. So you have your branding, and that's online and offline. And you have to remember that this is your professional, everything from your social media, website, voicemails, business cards, all of that good stuff, what people see online and offline, consider your branding. Number 2 is marketing. And this is where you have to keep your brand consistently out there. You have to join forces with other events and special event partners and have to be consistent. You have to know how to get people to even open an email from you. It's all about your title and your wording and your message to help you sell your coaching services and or products, and making sure that you're staying in the right places with the right people. That's about your marketing. So far we have our branding and our marketing on our list of 15. Number 3 is speaking. Whether you're a free speaker, which a lot of you guys say public speakers, I really don't like that word, but then you become a fee-based speaker. So when you start making money, you're considered a professional speaker, and you're speaking for trade, meaning you're going to trade dollars for your knowledge, and you can speak either in person or virtually. And again, if you've been listening to these coaching calls, I have done several of the coaching call topics around speaking, and also around number 4, which is writing a short book. Now, people always say, AJ, how long should my first book be? And it's usually around 100 pages or less, whether you're doing a print book, an ebook, it really doesn't matter. Just write the book. That's all a part of the 15 must-have aspects of running a successful business. When people know your brand, they consistently see your marketing, you are speaking, and now you have a book, you're in the running for having a very successful coaching company. And by the way, I am excited to announce that my 8th book has been picked up by Barnes & Noble. I am so excited. Barnes & Noble partnered with my alma mater, Mercer University, and books are being ordered as we speak. So I am really blessed to know that success component of having a book. So again, you have to write the book. You have to go out and speak to let people know your book is available, which is a part of your marketing and your branding. So congratulations to me and also to my future book writing clients. I'm going to teach you guys that trick for how to do that. All right, that's number 4 of 15. Now on to number 5. Number 5 is about creating coaching programs. And this is where I promised you just a few moments ago that I would share a helpful resource with you over at bit.ly/coaching secret. Again, let me say that slowly. bit.ly/coaching secret. You can find a very helpful resource that's going to help you get your first coaching program created almost effortlessly, because it's me teaching you what I know and helping you to get that coaching program out in a way that has worked not only for me, but for several clients. Last week's call, we had about 4 different people that jumped on it right away. Shayla jumped on before the call. Jennifer jumped on. Who else am I forgetting? Piera jumped on, and I want to say Michelle. I may be mixing up the names, but thank you all to you guys who have purchased your own helpful resource for this tip number 5, which is creating your very first or next coaching program. Now, you want to take the experience of someone who has a degree in training and development, the components that must be in any program that you teach. So again, head over to bit.ly/coaching secret to get your hands on this helpful resource. It's only $20.18 for a short time. But what it's going to do is help you develop either your first teleclass course, along with some examples for doing worksheets, or maybe even doing like what Pixie Lee here has done. She's one of my successful book coaching clients. She developed her own workbook. So again, head over to bit.ly/coaching secret and find out how to create your first coaching program, because after that, there's no excuse for not having a successful coaching business, or at least one of the missing components. So we talked about branding, marketing, speaking, writing a book, and now creating your own coaching program. Again, bit.ly/coaching secret is where you can find out more about that resource. And now let's move on to number 6 of our list of 15 ways to develop a very successful coaching business. And that is hosting your own conference call. Now, a lot of you may have thought that I was going to say conference. Not yet. We're not there yet. It may be coming up in the list, but a conference call, something like this. Use them very wisely. This is your chance to get on a conference line, have people call in because they've seen your brand, they've heard you speak, they are familiar with your marketing, they purchased your book. Now they're your coaching clients, and you can have them meet you on a conference call. What I love about calls like this is that once you record your brilliance, once you end that call, it's now instantly downloadable for anyone to hear, either for free or to purchase. And by purchasing, I mean you can put it on a CD, you can put it on a flash drive, or you can just make it a link that you email to people once they purchase. But again, hosting your own conference call and using it just like we do from week to week for our fastcoachtraining.com alumni, that is the best way to start building a more successful coaching brand. And that's number 6 on our list of 15. Hey, Facebook Live, as you guys know, I love engagement. So go ahead and get your questions ready, and let's get into some Q&A coming up very shortly. But whatever questions you have about building and running a successful coaching business, get ready to ask those. And if you're live with us on the conference line, go ahead and press *6 and you'll be placed in queue to ask your questions coming up. Number 7 on our list of 15 is partnerships or collaborations. Now, a lot of my clients are familiar with how to do this when it comes to promoting their books or getting out to speak, which is what I love to help my clients do. Everything about sharing your story is all about partnerships and collaborations. That means that you're sharing the platforms with other people who may have even a larger following than you, and you're becoming the expert who is currently interviewed and getting exposure that way. So number 7 is all about partnerships and collaborations. Number 8 is relationship building and networking. Just before this call, I was listening to another expert talk about networking. And again, if you've been listening to the coaching calls, you know this is a topic we've addressed recently on how to take a networking opportunity and turn it into clients' cash checks and credit cards, which is what I love to do over at thebossof.me. That's my favorite form of getting clients, is building a relationship, and it may just start through networking, but of course you have to know how to do it. And you have to know how to turn those conversations into clients, cash, checks, and credit cards, from everything from follow up, but also follow through. So go back, listen to the replay of the branding call that we've done if you need help on that. Listen to the replay of networking and how to build those relationships. Go back through the archives, listen to the replay, because I have dropped some golden nuggets, even telling you how I met a $10,000 client in less than 30 minutes left in a networking event. All right, number 9 on our list of 15 is writing. And not just writing a book, but this is how a lot of clients start to write their first book. I've met a lot of people who started out with maintaining a blog, and they turned that blog into a book. So if you are blogging, then you know this is where you can write your thoughts or share your expertise. You can also do an audio blog. Now, I'm queen of audio, so I know there are audio blogs through sites like WordPress.com. Don't ask me how to set it up. I just know it's there, and it's a dial-in number that you call in just like a conference line, and you share your expertise, and it's recorded, and then whoever is subscribed to your blog gets that information. You can also guest blog, of course, on other people who have a blog. So if you have a brand and you're marketing, you're speaking, you have written a book, you've created your first program by heading over to bit.ly/coaching secret. You're ready to host your conference call, partner and collaborate, build those relationships through networking, write and maintain a blog. Guess what? You have hit 9 of 15 on our list of the must-haves for running a successful coaching business. Number 10 is all about niching or niching. You'll hear that said 2 different ways. I say niching. It's also targeting or target marketing. And this is where you hone in on exactly what type of coach you are. So I'm a business coach, but I started out as a certified life coach. So going in, I just wanted the certification. I wanted to be considered legit. I wanted to be a certified life coach. And then once I learned that I could take a piece of that coaching and turn it into helping other women grow their business based on previous success that I had had in my first company, then I knew that I was onto something. So that was all about niching down, finding a target market, and honing in on exactly what it is that you do in your coaching. So I know we have a lot of people who want to coach on a lot of things, life in general, but it really helps when you find a specific target to niche down on. I hear a lot of people say the riches are in the niches. That means that because people know you specialize in a certain thing, then they come to you. So now my clients have gone from creating wonderful lives to now focusing in on how to take a part of that life, which is bringing in additional income and building their first business. But not just that, I've niched down even more, and I said, okay, let me teach you how to continue to build that business by writing your first book and sharing your story successfully. And you will be amazed at the success you will have as a coach when you pick a specialty. So my coaching client, Pixie Lee, she's live here with us. She can tell you that when you get help on just one thing, like writing your first book, then you can do like she did in the last 90 days and sell almost 150 copies of her first book. Can you imagine the extra income? All because I, as her coach, decided to niche down. She got the help that she needed. So coaches, I ask you, what's that one way that you can just target in and hone in on to help your clients get the results that you know you can have because you focus on exactly what you can do in that one thing? That's number 10. Let's talk about tip 11, which is hiring free or low-cost help. Now, I know you're probably like, AJ, how do you hire free help? Listen, there is a process for getting free help without actually having to go through the hiring process, but you do need to have a formula for bringing people on board with your vision, even if they're free help or a volunteer. But this is all about building a support team of people who want to help you get your vision out as a coach. And believe it or not, that's a part of the 15 must-have aspects of running a successful coaching business. Number 12 is all about getting sponsors. Now, I recently came across a coach who just focuses on getting sponsorships. He is phenomenal. I can really tell he loves what he does. He has a book out about it, and I have yet to read it. It's sitting here, and I'm going to dive in for an upcoming event that I have later this year. But for you can focus on how to get sponsors. Now, I had a business which was considered started a social enterprise. I ran that for 8 years. Last coaching call, I announced that I've been in business officially for 13 years. We just had our 13-year anniversary. And my first business, I learned all about how to get sponsors because I was a version of the new nonprofit. So what that meant was I operated like a nonprofit, but it was for profit. But the vision of my company was enough to get sponsorships, everything from food to in-kind donations, which are like items like free gifts or some boutique sponsored things. You might get free books. We had Converse sponsor shoes for the kids that were a part of the conference that I hosted. So there are so many things that you can get sponsored as a coach, especially when you get into hosting your live events. But maybe even the most creative thing I think I've seen a coach do is get items sponsored and feature them on things like a Facebook Live and give them away. So that's a part of growing your coaching business successfully, when people are willing to donate things to you or give things to you just to back you up, or even purchase. For example, I had a guy who heard me speak and he ordered 30 copies of my book right off hand. So he put $300 in my hand to say, hey, AJ, I love your message so much. I want to share it with the women in my life. Can you just sign each copy of the book? And that way I'll help you get the word out about what you do. That was considered a sponsorship. He donated his time to sit and listen to me speak and his money to help me get the word out. So sponsorships could be anything from food, in kind, people buying your things in bulk, like your books or your coaching programs, but it's where they make an investment in your brand. But again, you got to have that brand out. You have to be marketing and speaking. You have to get that first book out if you have not. And then if you have written a book, you have to know the ways to market it. Now, I'm a book coach. I help women get the word out about their book. Some women think that they've done it all and tried it all and they know the answers to it all. I guarantee you that you do not know everything that I know about getting that book out. So if you've written a book, you want to make sure it's in the right hands. Like I announced just a few moments ago about my book being a part of Mercer University and Barnes and Noble now. There's a secret tip to that. So I share that with my coaching clients. But again, that's because I niche down. So how can you niche down, write that book, create that program, host your conference call, partner and collaborate with other entrepreneurs to get the word out, build those relationships through networking, and of course, maintaining a blog, if that's something you want to do by just writing or recording by audio, your thoughts and your expertise. And then again, niching down, honing in on exactly what you do, getting people on board with you for free and for low cost, helping you to get the word out and support what you do through sponsorships and food and in-kind or books or however people want to support you. But then number 13 leads into, again, staying visible. Now, what I mean by that is your online, your social media engagement activity, making sure you're consistent online and offline. For example, what you post online should be a part of the message that you share when you show up in person to speak. I have had so many people recognize me in the grocery stores, in major conferences. I have taken pictures with celebrities who now know who I am, all because my message online and offline is consistent. So make sure that if you're posting a picture about your food, it has something to do with what you coach around, because you've honed in on that target market. And so when you stay visible, you're online, you're offline, your message is consistent, and you're speaking in person, you're speaking virtually, you're sharing these platforms, even on television and radio and in the news, on newspapers, digital magazines. All of your message is consistent when you give these interviews or you write these articles, because you know who you are and you're on track to build a successful coaching company. And then finally, tip number 15 of our must-have aspects for running a successful coaching business is to use free resources. Now, I know starting out as a young coach, you don't have a lot of money to invest. Some of you do. I meet a lot of people who have savings and have intents on growing their business through financial investments. However, if you're the type of coach that I was 13 years ago and you wanted to just get into the coaching industry using free resources, you can do that. But you have to know where to look. So the free resources that I recommend for new coaches are those centered around professional development and personal development. So everything from finding your favorite book for free on YouTube, all the way to locating your favorite coach online and following his or her blog, You can also listen to a lot of webinars or inspirational messages, and also getting those free coaching sessions. A lot of coaches offer free coaching sessions. That's just so they can see if you're a fit for their coaching company. So it's great to partner up with another coach to get a little coaching, even if it's free, and you let your intentions know up front. Hey, I wanted to see how you coach and if this could potentially be a fit for the future. But this is your opportunity for you to share your ideas with future coaching or other coaches, so that you can do what I call brain dumping, where you just get everything out of your mind, everything that you really want to do as a coach, and have that coach listen to you, and then also do some brainstorming together. So those are the list of the 15: branding, marketing, speaking, writing, creating your first coaching program over at bit.ly/coaching secret. Hosting a conference call, partnering, networking, building those relationships, writing and maintaining a blog, niching down, hiring free help, getting sponsors, staying visible, being easily accessible, and using free resources. You know what? I skipped number 14. Let me tell you that really quick. That's about being mobile. What being mobile is being easily accessible in and out of the office. So when you leave your home office, or if you have a stationary office, when you leave that office, making sure that people who are interested in coaching with you can easily reach you by phone, by computer, either email or on your social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, in the inbox. Just being mobile, easily accessible. So I think that covers the 15 tips. So I am ready, guys, for some Q&A with the little time we have left. So what I did, instead of just focusing on only 5 of these 15, is I put in some stories and some personal experience that I have had, that my clients have had, which each of these 15 aspects, each of these things are a must-have for a successful coaching company. So I want to save us some time and just dive into some Q&A, and hopefully everything I've elaborated on this far is enough to get you going. Hopefully your brain is on fire and your wheels are turning and you have some future ideas. So I'm going to take a moment to open up our conference line for Q&A. All right, Q&A session is started on our conference line. Press *6 and you will be placed in queue to ask a question if you have one about building a successful coaching business. Again, *6 is how you are placed in queue live on our conference line. And of course, Facebook Live, I'm coming over to you to see what questions you have and to give some shouts out. Shouts out to Tangi for joining us. Thank you so much. Hey, Janice, thank you for joining. Also, shouts out, of course, to Pixie Lee, Keisha, Renita. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the discussion. Hey, Sia, thank you. Thank you, Chantal. Hey, Kim, Shirley. Thank you guys so much for being a part. I don't see any questions on the Facebook Live. And conference line, I'm getting ready to come to you. Let me check again on Facebook to see what questions you guys have about growing a successful coaching company using these 15 must-haves about running it successfully. All right. So thank you for chatting back, Pixie. I see you, girl. All right. And guys, by the way, before we go, tag a fellow coach who you know may need some help getting their branding, marketing, speaking, writing their book, creating a coaching program. Just tag somebody really quick in the comments if you're with us live here on Facebook. Even if you're listening to the replay, there is a way that you can tag another coach, because guess what? Someone told you about becoming a coach, about building your brand, to show up on calls like this. So help out a fellow coach and tag them and let them know we're live with Coach AJ, and she's given us some golden nuggets for the 15 ways to grow a successful coaching practice. All right, conference line, I do not see any questions in queue, no hands raised, and that's quite all right, because I know that you have been listening, taking notes. You're going to go back and listen to the replay for the nuggets you may have missed, because I talk fast when I get really passionate about a topic. But I am so excited that you guys have chosen to be here. And because there are no questions on Facebook Live or on our conference line, I will leave you with this. Hey, Lorraine, thank you, girl. There is someone somewhere waiting on you, dear coach, to activate each of these successful tips for growing a larger coaching business and brand. Listen, They need you to do this before they can walk into their own destiny, because it's when you let your own light shine, you give others permission to do the same. I am Coach Andrika J. Austin. I go by Coach AJ for short, founder of thebossof.me. Head over to bit.ly/coaching secret to get help with tip number 5 tonight, which is creating your very own first or next coaching program. Until we meet again, my friends, I will see you back here this same time next week. God bless. Good night.